Hello, everyone. I am here for my review of Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 4, Episode 24. Let's get this right. Yes, 24, and the reunion. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So I got a comment from a few videos ago that I want to go back and touch on. So let me get that because let's go through my Rolodex. Where are we at? Okay. This is from Queen Scarlet Sunkiss. Hey boo. Aged Black and Mild smell has a... Okay. Aged Black and Mild smell has a stale foot-like essence. Ooh. And people smoke those? Okay. Anyways, now that's pertaining to when Suki came into her establishment and she said it was smelling like Black and Milds up in there, I believe. But hey boo, thanks for commenting. She also comments again, Trina's dude had me confused because how is assaulting Bobby good for business as opposed to calling security to escort him out? And I was like, that makes sense too, because like an escort out, you know, people get escorted out all the time. We don't want all that rah-rah over here, so we're going to politely have you escorted out, as opposed to getting into a full-on brawl with your fiance's cousin. Now, I know Bobby be doing the most, but like, isn't he doing the most to where we can't just have him escorted out? Do we gotta put hands on him? But anyways, y'all, for whatever reason, I thought that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami was going to be like back-to-back episodes, like 24 and 25 for Atlanta and 24 and reunion for Miami. But then I was like, oh, thank goodness it's not. Until I was getting done with Love and Hip Hop Miami, and it was like, it went right. I used Philo because I didn't got rid of cable. It went right into doggone the reunion. I'm like, it's already 10 o'clock. Yeah. And I can't just fast forward to the commercials. This is going to have to wait until the morning. And truth be told, we did not learn anything else on this reunion. It was a lot of like, you really sat there and said that type of stuff. So, Florence said she been out here living in denial about Marlon. I'm like, we already confirmed that he cheated like at the beginning of the season, so how are you living in denial? But anyway, I guess it was, you know, him sleeping with her sister and having an outside baby. That's where, you know, she was in denial about that, I guess. I don't know. She goes to her family and let them know that she is divorcing Marlon and that she went to this voodoo priestess. And the mom was like, you did what now? We don't do that over here. That's why you want to... Basically, the mom was like, that's why you in the mess that you are in right now. And I don't want you up in my house because that is of the evil. And I will not have that. So she kicked Florence up at the house. But Florence wants to go back because she feels it didn't work. Now, I don't know anything about the voodoo culture, but maybe it was to get rid of Marlon. I don't know. Who's to say? Shay says that she doesn't want no more negative energy because she's trying to be a good mom. I was like, okay, that's good. You can get rid of negative energy. Like, if it ain't pertaining to your baby and you making money so you can give your baby the lifestyle you think she deserves, then don't worry about it. But this doggone it, what's the word I'm looking for? This almost obsession that you got with Amara and her breaking up your brother is not helping anybody. Shaylin just had a C-section and she's using all her energy and her ab muscles to yell at Amara. She talked about something, you didn't see MJ, he was depressed. And she was like, you didn't see me when I was depressed and he was sitting there with his robe and his doggone hat on. Y'all know he loves that doggone bucket hat. Looking like Stommy from the Little Rascals. Anyways, she was like, you smashed the homies. And Amara was like, I did not smash him. I beeped the beep out of him and I had twins. And She's like, I should have listened to your mom when she said that you was in with me. Well, I should listen to your mom when you said you mess with broke dudes and shit. It's like your brother. And I was like, I don't remember what MJ did besides be all up in Amara's business when he was with Amara. I really don't. Besides like wearing hats and always wanting to be in the mix when she was conducting business, I don't remember anything that MJ did. So Iyanla tells Shay, I don't think you like your mama, and I don't think your mama likes you. Plain and simple. And I was like, well, that's what it was looking like. So we get to the bottom of some things. Why Shay felt abandoned, because she basically was. Shay's mom and daddy got divorced. Shay's mama got with some dude that did not like her children, and it's looking like she chose that man over her children, and Shay and her brothers went to go live with the daddy. That kind of like explains why she doesn't have this messed up relationship that she has with her daddy, is because the daddy is the one that raised her. He didn't choose some woman over his kids. Now, mama, she done finally said those words that she failed her children. And I was like, it took her a minute to get that out, because you don't want to believe that you were responsible for the way your children is acting. It's like, if you don't admit and do the work that you need for your daughter, Shay is only going to turn around and do the same thing to her daughter, and it's going to continuously go on and on and on. It seems like they came to some sort of understanding, and Shay finally forgave her mama for abandoning her and not showing her the love that she needed. It was weird. It seems like she can show the men in her life the love and that she loved them, but she couldn't say that to her kids. It is always odd to me, which I don't think it's odd to me when people don't have a relationship with their mom. But now I understand not all kids is the best and not all parents is the best. It's just like, you would think, well, let me stop, because just because you gave birth to somebody does not mean that you were good for that person. Yeah, I'm over Ray J and Princess in their breakup to make up. I really am. It's like, Princess, I've said this in several videos. Ray J pushed you in the pool because you confronted him about cheating on you. After that, got with his ex and rode off into the sunset, only for you to get back with him and think that everything was going to be smooth sailing. Ray J never changed. Ray J was continuously cheating, being disrespectful. So I don't know why you thought things would be different because he put a ring on it and he gave you 2 babies. And it is seeming like Ray J is not himself. It is seeming like he is on something. Not saying that he is, but the manner in which he is acting, that's what it looks like. Moving on to Bill and Suki. They're having their engagement party. And I already knew that this engagement party was going to go turn left, because 3 of the people there don't like each other. Sapphire is upset with Isaiah. Sapphire is also upset with Tina because... No, Tina is upset with Sapphire because something Sapphire said. Isaiah and Sapphire, they're at odds. And it was like a domino effect of people getting into a fight. First, Sapphire and Isaiah get into it. Then somehow, as Sapphire and Isaiah were getting into it, Sapphire averted her attention to Tina. Now these two are getting into it. Poor Suki, she is on a walker because she's fresh off of her BBL surgery. So she's trying to scoot around. Now Bill is upset because y'all messing up the engagement party. He's taking off his shirt and his chain because he's ready to fight Isaiah. Suki's mad at him because he's trying to fight her cousin. Now Suki and Bill done got into it because he's trying to get into with her cousin. He called her out her name. She trying to fight fresh off of a BBL surgery. And it wasn't even 5 minutes. It was probably longer there. But like what we saw happen in like the span of 5 minutes. Happy. Sapphire and Isaiah get into it. Sapphire turns her attention to Tina. They get into it. Bill upset. Takes off shirt and chains. He want to fight Isaiah. Suki like, you not going to fight my cousin. That's what you not going to do. Suki and Bill get into it. In between, Suki is on the doggone walker. Then I seen a chair fly. It was too much. Entirely too much. And then I think at the end she ended up throwing her ring yet again. And that was the end of episode 24. And then we roll right into the reunion where Tamar is the host. We talk about the Florence, Marlon, and Gael shenanigans that they got going on. Florence don't know what she want to do. She don't know if she want to divorce from Marlon because she don't know if Gael is telling the truth. And I was like, we just seen a clip where Marlon was mad at Gael because she was telling folks that they were sleeping together. So how is Gael lying? Or is it she lying about the child? Like, yes, she was sleeping with Marlon, but she might be lying about this child. She is trying to make any excuse to stay with Marlon and make Gael the bad person. And mind you, Gael was not innocent in this situation at all. Gael was like, yes, I slept with him. He took my clothes off. Then Tamar was like, he took your clothes off. Then Florence was like, he took your clothes off. Then Amara was like, he took your clothes off. It's like, yes, he took her clothes off so they can have sex. And then this is when I was like, you really sat there and said that. Trick out his mouth said, if you let your husband, who has been having an affair with your sister for the past 6 months, break up your relationship, you are a fool. Really? Not surprised, but it was like, really? You sat there and told her if she stayed with her cheating husband that she a fool because your sister, she been playing the long game, you know, to disrupt y'all marriage. Y'all marriage was disrupted before Gael decided to jump into the line of the women that he was sleeping with. Did we not forget he was sleeping with whatchamacallit? Her name escapes me, but Gael's friend. Amidst the other woman that he has been sleeping with since he has been with you. But if you leave him, you're going to be a fool. Gael says the reason why Florence don't want to leave him because she was out here cheating too. Gael says that, well, Florence was like, you just mad and you jealous about my husband. She was like, I don't want or need Marlon. Wait a minute. Marlon were piping up talking about something. That's not what you said. That's not what you said to me. Marlon, remember the storyline is supposed to lead. You supposed to not have cheated with her. So now you talking about something. Well, you didn't say that to me. You didn't say you didn't want me to be your man. I'm like, you incriminating yourself. You should have just sat there and hushed. Amara and Alan, they are no longer together. She's all about raising her girls. And yes, she gave the illusion or tried to give the illusion that they was this perfect family and that they was getting married. And I was like, we seen that before you got pregnant that this was not the fairy tale in which you tried to make it out to be. You got with this man. He said some sweet nothings to you. You fell for it. You got pregnant. And you thought y'all was going to live happily ever after. This man gave you 2 beautiful babies and nothing else. Julian talking about some Amara is his sister. And he has love for her. All while having her in this messed up contract. Girl, boy, get out of here. Shay says that she was in a committed relationship with her child's father. He is a very private person, but he was out here cheating on her and she did not want to deal with that anymore. So she broke up with him, but they were still, you know, sleeping with each other without being in a relationship, and that's how she ended up getting pregnant. Bill wants Suki to be his wife, so he done brought out an officiant so they can get married at the reunion. And Suki's like, no, we're not finna do that because I want my kids there and I want your kids there. Did they break up? Because I'm wanting to say, or I could have just made this up, or I read wrong, that she's with somebody else now. Now, they tried to make it seem like they have a good love life and they're so much in love. But they have a very, very, very toxic relationship. And as I'm looking at myself on the screen, I see that this pimple was sitting there like, hey, I think it is so doggone disrespectful to be having pimples at my age. I am almost 38 years old. Why do I still have acne? Yes, I still look young in the face, but why do I still have acne? That's so dumb to me. That's like, once you paying your own bills, things like that should not happen. Like, no, that's so wrong and disrespectful. So nothing else happened. I'm wondering what is his name? Oh, they was on there at the beginning of the first part of the season, and Nori's wife got mad because she was having like a Black Women in Power like conference, some of this type of thing, and Nori's wife got mad because she couldn't go because she wasn't a Black woman. What are their names? Oh, maybe they was just, wasn't acting stupid on her. They wasn't going to compromise their relationship for this show. I can't think of their names from them. Y'all, please put that in the comment section below. But that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it. You can like and share with your people. You can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, so welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.